Okay, here we are, and I'm back. Normally I stop Firelink, but I just found something new here and I wanted to do it first on my blind playthrough. It was something I saw on my blind playthrough, but I just forgot to get back to it. Reminds me a bit of the Castle Canehurst in Bloodborne. That annoyed me because that was the one. I mean, I guess there were some things in Bloodborne I didn't find, but that was the one sort of reasonably findable thing, or thing that at least I thought I had a good chance of finding on my own that I didn't find. I mean, I did in the sense because I found the cave that leads to the ladder that goes up and all that, but I saw it and then I saw another direction to go and I went the other direction and then I just forgot to come back to that cave, and then it was just annoying just because I forgot. I would have found it all on my own. I forgot about the cave. All I needed to be reminded of is that the cave was there. But anyway, yeah, so I found this, and I've already done it now on my blind character. There's not really a whole lot here. It's just basically kind of a treasure area. There's this thing. This thing reminds me so much of... I can't remember exactly what they look like. I mean, because Bloodborne is just a bunch of blobs, like a bunch of 4-year-old blobs. That's what the enemies look like in Bloodborne. Or, not all of them, but like the alien ones. It's just like a random blob. But these remind me of... I know they're in other places. I'll have to take a look at them. I wanted to take a look at them, but I forgot. But these remind me of in the bottom, well, going along with this whole place looking like the research hall. Well, I'm just going to move down here. That doesn't count as the Grand Archives? What does that count as then? Where am I? What? Hold on. Okay, I loaded into the game. It seems like when you come into an area, it doesn't necessarily consider you in that area, kinda. But anyway, okay, so I came in, loaded into the game, just above me, and I wasn't in the Grand Archives. I somehow came into the Grand Archives. If I wasn't in the Grand Archives, what is that area above called? Oh, I guess maybe it's called the boss area, because there's a boss just ahead. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, this whole area reminds me of the research hall, and then these enemies remind me a lot of those worm things I know they remind me of something in Bloodborne. I'm pretty sure it's those worm things at the bottom of the research hall. Although I think these things are quite a bit bigger. But they just remind me so much of them. Although this one is more of a caster. I think those things were more melee. But there's other blob worm things in the Deacon of the Deep area. And it just seems like another retread of something. Another more Bloodborne. Just owing all to the unescapable fact at the end of the day that what is this? This is Bloodborne 2. I mean, that's the bottom line. They made Bloodborne 2 and they called it Dark Souls. I mean, okay, I mean, I'm exaggerating a bit. It's more like they took like half of Bloodborne. They took half of Dark Souls 1, I would say, put them in a blender, and then this is Dark Souls 3. There's a bit of Dark Souls, I would say Dark Souls 2 is the next most inspirational, and then finally Demon Souls is the least, although that's questionable. But those two I would say are the least like this. This is a lot like Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne combination, which does not impress me. But anyway, getting back to it, this is the Divine Pillars of Light. Now that's what those winged, I'm assuming that's what those winged, well, I mean, how can you not? It's pretty blinking obvious. That's what those winged knights cast. It's, even though it's kind of got a blue tinge to it, it's a faith spell. Man, that is pretty cheap. I'm guessing I won't get the same radius that they get. Although I don't know for sure, but they get this incredible radius. It goes way out. I just got hit by it. I'm not sure if the gold ones get more radius or not. But it's kind of like, what spell would I say it's kind of like? I mean, there's a few of them from Dark Souls 2. Or maybe they might have all been in Dark Souls 1 too. There's like Chaos Storm, Firestorm. There's at least 3 of them. Oh no, I know what I'm thinking of is, yeah, there's a faith spell in Dark Souls 2 that's kind of like this, where it has these pillars of lightning or whatever that you can, it just sort of is all luck on whether it hits you or not. You can weave around it sometimes, and then other times it hits you. Heavenly Thunder, is it? Man, it's so... I mean, I think even if you're good at names, sometimes you can get tripped up with all the names, but if you're not, like, really good with names, it's hard to remember all the different names. But anyway, yeah, so I got the Heavenly Thunder, Divine Pillars of Light, then down here, which is just the rafters in the research hall again. It's like I get the Blessed Gem. You're actually safe from that guy here. This is so much like the research hall again. It's like they came up with a concept. Like, I swear, they came up with a concept of an idea, and then they just said, let's put it in both games. I mean, this is it doesn't have the spinning staircase in the middle. So they sort of like did this one tweak. I mean, it's a little more than a tweak, but they did this one change. But other than that, even though it doesn't have the spinning staircase, the concept is somewhat similar in that you go to these different levels and find these different paths through it. Although you're not blocked off as much in this. You are blocked up to some degree, but not as much, I don't think. Not as harshly. But anyway, it's just, like, so similar. So this guy, I don't think he drops anything. Like, he doesn't have a guaranteed drop. Yeah, he didn't drop anything. That's the 3rd time I've killed him. Well, it's the 3rd time, I think it's the 3rd time I've killed him, and he hasn't dropped anything, so... Because he's easy to kill and then knock down, and then when you knock him down, he's hard to... I guess he can be hard to find when he's knocked down there. He goes on this path that you don't really necessarily even use. You can play through this whole area and you don't necessarily even go there. It's close to where the first Crystal Mage appearance is. It's sort of between that and where the first Crystal Lizard is. Because I did find him one time, because I wanted to see where he landed, because I wasn't sure if he had a guaranteed drop or not. I don't like when they put guaranteed drops on enemies that are like in a precarious position, like way up high in the rafters like this, because it can lead to all sorts of problems. Because I noticed one thing in this game is that if you I don't think it was in all the other games, but I can't remember for sure, but definitely in this game, if you like quit out and then come back, if you kill an enemy that drops something and before picking it up you quit out and come back, that item will be gone. Even though the enemy's body will still be there, that item is gone. Whether you continue, like you can, when you start the game, you can either continue as the last character you played, or you can load up a character. Either way, the item won't be there. But that's just for generic drops. If there's a specialized drop, like just recently I fought the gank squad up there, and they dropped the Sage's staff and golden wing crest shield and that Uno Kiri and Ubadachi or something. Now those are different type guaranteed drops, so I'm not sure if you quit out, those might stick around. But just for generic drops that bosses do, if you quit out and load back in, the item's gone. But anyway, yeah, so I found this, was happy to find this. Although this is kind of disappointing. I guess the Pillars of Light is the big find here. Divine Blessing. It's like, who cares about a Divine Blessing? And then 3 Twinkling Titanites. I mean, I guess that's okay, but for how hard it was for me to find this, I thought, oh, here we go, some awesome weapon, that late game weapon is going to be here, or armor set or something, but, or spell. I guess I did just get a spell. It could be a pyromancy or something, though. Or I got a miracle. But anyway, that's about all there is here. And then, because I missed this area the first time through, and then there's this. I did notice this before, so I thought this might be where you do come out, and sure enough it is. Because you couldn't get up into here, because it's elevated, and you can't jump up in this game. At least not a significant portion like that. Well, I'll say you're not intended to. I mean, people do all sorts of crazy things, so who knows, maybe someone can do it, but it's not intended from the developer as the way to find that item. So anyway, yeah, what do I got? I got the Divine Blessing, got the 3 Twinkling Titanite. Did I get the... I don't remember if I got the Titanite slab. Wait a second, I can... Yeah, I only got 1 slab, so I haven't got it yet. Because that slab I got from killing the 3 golden wing shield, or golden wing knights. Is this guy gonna shoot me in the back? Oh no. Okay, now, here we are, we're here. You know, I did just discover something, I'll be getting to that later. But, something that would come in handy right about now. Although it doesn't really matter that much, I can just go down here. But I finally found the, it's just an ongoing discovery process, and I finally found the cat ring. And I also discovered something else too. Well, first of all, I'll get this, slab here. It's a Titanite slab. Oh, right!